All right, and we are live with another WWE Raw review from this Labor Day weekend edition, you could say, here on September 1st, 2014. Hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend and holiday. Tony here, as always, my co-host Dave the Bizarre One. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
All right, well let's jump into this mediocre Raw tonight because this Raw was definitely a snoozer. If you did not watch Raw tonight, you did not miss anything other than maybe some feud build-up, if you want to say. But other than that, tonight's Raw was not very good. That's just my honest opinion. Um, but anyways, let's just jump right into it. We had the who else? What did that? Oh,
The
we opened
highlight.
the highlight reel. That's right, with Chris Jericho, who his guest was going to be Randy Orton alone, but he ended up coming out with the Authority, which is Kane, Randy Orton, Rollins, and Triple H. Triple H came out there and pretty much said this could be the biggest highlight reel of them all. Kind of stated that he doesn't really trust John Cena being the guy to go against Brock Lesnar. Um, Also said that he may be picking a new number one contender for the WWE title, which then Randy Orton jumped in and said that he deserves to be the number one contender because he never got his rematch at WrestleMania. I think Kane even said that he should be in it because he can always pick up the mask and become the demon or something like that. Nobody wants to see. And then Jericho put in his little 2 cents and said that he should be the number one contender because he is the only undisputed champion, and he's a 5-time champ. Didn't he say that? 5-time? Let me see if I wrote that down.
I believe so, yeah.
Let's see. What else happened? Jericho thinks he could get the title shot. He got some nice little pop. John Cena ends up coming out. You got the serious Cena tonight. What do you say? Cena doesn't smile. He walks to the ring without saying anything to the fans or nothing whatever. He said he says he will sue the WWE if he doesn't get his title shot against Brock Lesnar. What else? Triple H laughs at Cena for threatening to sue him, fires back, and says Cena's career ending at Night of Champion isn't good at all. Rollins teases cashing in after the match. Orton wants the winner of Cena versus Lesnar. Orton also reminded us he's due for a rematch for WrestleMania. Jericho implies Orton doesn't deserve it because he hasn't had a win against Roman Reigns. Didn't he? Yeah, he lost to Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, so automatically does not deserve a champion shot.
He's lost like 50 billion title shots anyway, so what's the point?
Yeah, also that. Yeah, he did this. Orton says he would drop Reigns if he was right here.
Reigns' music.
Reigns somehow, wow, out of nowhere comes down to the ring. You could always smell a 6-man tag match already happening. Reigns says Orton is all talk. He taunts Kane and Rollins, and then says he and Rollins still have unfinished business, but business is all about the WWE World Heavyweight title right now. Reigns says his name belongs in the mix. Triple H says everyone in the ring thinks that they're the man. Triple H doesn't know if Cena has proven himself yet. So Triple H says everyone will have the chance to prove themselves tonight. It will be Jericho, Cena, and Reigns versus Kane, Rollins, and Orton in the main event. What a shocker. What did you think about this little opening segment?
I thought Triple H pulled off like a great promo during that whole thing too, as well with John Cena. I was like, wow. I mean, you just don't see. I mean, when you look at when Roman Reigns cut his really weak promo, if you ask me, I've been not really a huge fan of Roman, but I mean, his promo tonight wasn't good at all, in my opinion. A lot of Roman Reigns lovers out there. I'm not a huge fan, but it's just, to me, his promo came off really bad. like trying to promo on Seth Rollins, like, I'm not finished with you yet.
Yeah.
And Rollins got a huge hometown pop, or home state pop, which was good.
Yeah, it's very true.
I'm really surprised Rollins didn't cut a promo on his home state, which kind of surprised me.
Oh, because he's a heel.
Yeah, I thought maybe he would say the best thing I ever did is get the hell out of Iowa or something like that. You know, something just to make him hate you. You know, usually heels do that.
Yeah. The opening segment was all right. It, build up to what it was.
The opening segment was way better than the first 2 hours of Raw.
Yeah, that's for sure. They also announced that we'd have Big Show and Mark Henry versus Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, and basically a rematch of what happened on SmackDown. If you didn't see it on SmackDown, we had a 6-man tag match. We just added Bray and Roman Reigns. It was a good match, though. I'll give them that, but nobody wants to see these guys face each other again. Yeah. And then we got the opening match of the night, which was Cesaro and The Miz taking on Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler.
With his stunt double.
Yes, with his stunt double, Zandow. What is it? Mizdow? Is it Mizdow?
Yeah. Hey, at least we're doing something with him now. I know it sucked he's with The Miz, but at least they're doing something.
And he's playing it up very well. He's doing very well with it, and tonight was pretty good with him and The Miz, where The Miz told him to get into the ring where the ref wouldn't allow him in. Comes up from behind Dolph Ziggler, does his finisher, and Miz and Cesaro pick up the win. If you don't know that each of these guys...
So many people were complaining on Twitter about this. You have to make the number one contender get over on Ziggler just to set it up and keep it going.
Yeah, you can't have Ziggler keep winning, because then you're going to be like, oh, okay, why is Miz getting the rematch?
I will admit, though, today I was sitting here thinking, like, who's the Intercontinental Champion? I couldn't remember who the Intercontinental Champion was for the life of me. I'm sitting here thinking, oh, wait, Ziggler. It took me forever to remember who he was, or who the champion was. That's how bad the title's gotten a little bit. I don't think he was even on Raw last week, was he?
I believe he was.
Oh, man, I just didn't remember. Okay. But they got this feud so low down on the Raw totem pole, it's like you don't remember it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it happens in the first hour of Raw, sometimes you're not going to remember it because it is a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to give Miz credit. His new gimmick is working for him. I mean, I actually enjoy it. I don't want to see him win the title or anything, but I actually enjoy his gimmick. I think it's fun.
The Intercontinental title back.
What's that?
I think he's going to win it back.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Because I'm sorry, a lot of Ziggler fans are going to hate this, but to me, Miz is better as the Intercontinental Champion. Ziggler is such a better chaser than the champion. You know what I mean? The chase for him is better. Then he won at SummerSlam. That was great. It's like, it's hard to say that it's stale because he's only been champion for 2 weeks, it seems like. So it's like kind of hard to really say it's stale. But, I mean, he's not really, he doesn't really need the title.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's just my opinion.
And what did you think of the whole match in itself? You're gonna have Cesaro versus Sheamus at Night of Champions as well. Are you looking forward to that match?
Yes, I am. I think that one match they had when he was with Heyman was a really good match too. I mean, you could even see Cesaro winning it. I mean, it's possible. I mean, we'll see. But, I mean, it should be a really physical, really good match. The tag match tonight was okay. I mean, tonight's Raw was really tag team heavy.
Yeah, it was.
I like tag team wrestling, so I had no problem with it.
I didn't have too much of a problem with it either, but some of these rematches I'm just tired of seeing. But,
yes, I agree, but we're going to get that when we have like 2 shows basically taped back-to-back. One night Raw, the next night SmackDown, or main event, then SmackDown. I mean, it's like they're going to be doing that just because And tag matches, even 6-man tag matches, work because you get more guys in the ring without having to be in the ring so much. And so it saves from having to do a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Um, let's see. Let's move on to the next item of business on Raw tonight in the lackluster Raw. Oh gosh, I lost my spot. Well, we can just get into this. WWE basically invited Michael Sam to Raw next week to give him pretty much an open mic, a free talk, say whatever he likes. I really don't get this at all. He has really nothing like to tell his story. They said he really has no story other than he was drafted and got released. What is he gonna do? Go heel, say a promo on Jeff Fisher or someone on the Rams team, or I mean, maybe he says something bad about ESPN for going too far or something. But I mean, other than that, what exactly can Michael Sam do to get? I mean, I understand Monday Night Football starts next week, and you know they maybe were nervous about ratings or whatnot. But what can he actually bring to the table?
I mean, just think it actually happen. I mean, if he actually cut a promo on ESPN for that whole, because ESPN basically got, not to turn this into a football video or anything, but ESPN basically got Michael Sam fired pretty much, or cut, because they ran some him showering story, how he showers by himself. I was like, no offense to take this off wrestling guys, but just to use that as a story to run on ESPN is a freaking joke.
Yeah, and so he'll be there. And, well, not for sure or anything yet, but they invited him pretty much next week on Raw to see. I mean, just to give him an open mic to see what else he has to say. But who knows if he accepts or not? So I guess tune in for that. Next we got Bella. Oh my goodness gracious!
Growing up, crap.
Growing up with the Bellas, yada yada yada. It's basically Nikki Bella telling her stories about Brie doing bad things to her. It was stupid. It was pathetic.
Yeah, but really quick, I did just not thought about this. Going back to the Michael Sam thing, let's not forget Animal's son plays for the Rams, the Legion of Doom tag team. So he might actually know that, hey, he's a wrestling fan, or that's why they might have did that too.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? But
yeah, but going back to that, that's so stupid.
Yeah, I don't know what they're. Well, I mean, we know what they're doing with the Bellas, but it was just pointless and nobody cared for it. You could just see them making fun of it on Twitter while they're. I mean, it just didn't make any sense.
Nikki was the smart Bella.
Yeah, really. Then we had our first bogus match of the night, which was a 6-man tag between Cameron, Eva Marie, and Rosa Mendez, taking on Layla, Naomi, and Summer Rae. And this match was a joke. It ended up just them beating down each other and getting disqualification, pretty much just to promote Total Divas. I mean, it was a joke. It was a joke. They showed another video package of Dean Ambrose getting taken out by Rollins and Kane. What a coincidence that Raw has sucked since Dean Ambrose has been gone. And then we had the tag match between Mark Henry, Big Show, versus Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Rusev did get involved in the match. Before he did you enjoy this match?
Yeah, two big teams. It was a good tag match. It wasn't bad. I'm sure a lot of people could say, "Oh, it's great, the Big Show and Mark Henry." To me, it wasn't that bad of a match, so I didn't mind it. But then DQ, what a surprise! But I guess they keep flip-flopping a little bit. Now they're going back to having this match with Rusev, so we keep going back and forth.
Yeah, Rusev comes down to ringside. Ends up getting involved into the match with the ref. He gets in there and kicks Mark Henry in the face, gets the Wyatt family disqualified, and that's that. That's the end of the match, and it looks like we might see a Rusev and Mark Henry match. Either, if they want to get more ratings, you'd have it next week on Raw, but looks like they're going to
Raw main event, yeah.
Probably gonna save it for Night of Champions. More Bella family stuff, growing up shit. Still got some more of that, which was just crap. Then we got to our third match of the night, which Jack Swagger versus Curtis Axel.
Return of Zeb.
And the return of Zeb, which was nice. This match was what it was. I'm not gonna say it was a squash match, but nothing special. It was nothing special. Bo Dallas ends up bringing up fans up to the ring, or I'm sorry, to the ramp. Bo had one of them on the stage, tells them that he lost all of his money because he betted on Jack Swagger to beat Rusev in the match. If you're gonna bet on a predetermined match, you're just retarded. You're just dumb.
3 times.
Yeah, really. The other one failed his citizenship test and will be deported because Jack Swagger lost. I'm sorry?
I said poor Angelo.
Oh, yeah, poor Angelo. And then the other one, her son is now wants to be like Vladimir Putin because Jack Swagger lost. And then he tells everyone to just believe. It was funny. Yeah, it was funny. I mean, I'll admit it was a funny segment, but I don't know.
I'm starting to think that they're gonna turn Zeb against Jack.
I don't know. Who are they gonna have put Zeb with then?
Maybe Bo Dallas. I mean,
I don't know about that.
But I mean, man, they're gonna do. I have a feeling they're gonna do something, or Zeb starts going with Mark Henry as when he goes against Rusev.
Maybe.
I could do that, but when we get to there was a backstage segment with Big Show and Mark Henry later on. The way that went, I could almost see Big Show turning heel and costing Mark Henry.
No more Big Show heel turn, please. No more. Nobody wants.
I hope not, but it seems like the way he's like, we could be the most dominating tag team, and it's like, oh boy.
Yeah, I mean they work as a tag team. I don't mind them as a tag team. So Jack Swagger ends up getting the win over Curtis Axel.
Yes.
Bo Dallas
segment too. So yeah.
And then Bo Dallas and Swagger looks like they're going to be continuing a feud. So look for them maybe on SmackDown or on the pay-per-view Night of Champions. Next match was Adam Rose versus Titus O'Neil. Adam Rose gets the win in a pathetic match. We got Rusev versus Zack Ryder. Another squash match.
So was that Zack Ryder twice tonight or no?
Yeah, it looks like it in that bunny outfit. Rusev gets the win after the match. Mark Henry comes down to the ring. Henry cuts a promo on Rusev and says that he's opened an international wing of Hall of Pain. I'm sorry. And Rusev is going to be the first inductee. So it looks like this feud is going to be continuing. I actually don't mind this feud. I'm actually kind of interested to see these two guys go at it. Next, we got this. Oh my goodness gracious! The Bella Twins with Stephanie McMahon, whole thing where Stephanie McMahon grants Nikki Bella a title shot at Paige, which then led to Brie coming out to the ring saying, Nikki Bella has pretty much ruined her family. Says that all she wanted was this title shot, and then that made AJ Lee come down to the ring and pretty much said that she's the #1 contender, which then led to Paige coming down and saying, I'm the Divas champion. And it was just a big clusterfuck, in my opinion.
I thought Paige and AJ actually kind of saved the segment.
I mean, AJ was alright, so was Paige, but the Bellas are just, oh my goodness gracious.
It looks like we're going to end up getting a fatal 4-way for the Divas title at Night of Champions.
Yes, they did announce Nikki versus Paige at SmackDown, right?
I would assume.
Brie.
I would assume Brie's going to probably beat Paige, and that would consider her a title shot.
Oh gosh, I hope not. I mean, it should be a good match,
Yeah,
but
because they can wrestle. But I would think that's what they would do. AJ's already number one contender, and so is Nikki. And if Brie beats Paige, she would more likely be the number one contender too.
yeah, good point, sir. Next match, we had Goldust versus Jimmy Uso to continue on the feud between the guys that they had last week. Goldust grabs the mic to almost apologize for what happened last week, which then led the Usos to attack Stardust and Goldust. Um, Ended up being a match between Goldust and Jimmy Uso. Goldust ends up picking up the win. And then they ended up smashing Jey Uso's knee against the ring post with a chair.
It's looking like these titles are going to Goldust and Stardust. It really is.
It does. It's really looking that way, and I don't mind at all. I'm glad they made them heels because they're better. It looks like they're better as heels.
Yeah. Because as faces, they were just weird and they didn't really do anything. This
Right.
way, you make the gimmick look better was them as heels going crazy. And I guess they mentioned in my commentary, but Cody does kind of remind you of the Riddler a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Good point there. I agree. Okay. Oh, that's what we got a Paul Heyman promo. I'm not going to reiterate it because I'm nowhere near on his class or level. So if you have some time, check on YouTube or Raw, and you can see what he said. But basically,
Tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
I said, or you can check it out on Hulu Plus tomorrow morning.
There you go, another plug. Well, yeah, definitely check that out if you can. We had a 6-man tag match main event between Randy Orton and Rollins.
It started at like 10:30 my time. I was like, crap, that's early.
Yeah, like you would think a 40-minute main event, but they had like 3 or 4 commercial breaks.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta pay for the show.
Yeah, I mean it was overall a good match. It ended up having Cena end up coming in there as Superman, taking out the rest of the guys, and Roman Reigns ends up spearing Kane and gets the win. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry?
So then Cena did the AA or whatever you want to call it, and then tagged in the other Superman to finish him off.
That's right. John Cena's out there talking to Triple H, pretty much telling them that I deserve the title shot. I'm ready for this. Rollins ends up trying to take him out from behind. Cena sees him and then does his FU on the table or something. So, what did you think of it overall? 6-man tag and Raw tonight as a one.
Tonight, Raw was really kind of bad, but we're going to get those bad Raws in between. A long wait on a pay. This is what fans have been complaining about, though, for years and years. Pay-per-views are too short. People are saying, well, we're tired of every 2 weeks being a pay-per-view. And now we're getting those long builds to pay-per-view, so you're going to have slow Raws and really sometimes bad Raws. It's a 3-hour show. But, I mean, the 6-man tag, I enjoyed it. I thought it was probably the best match of the night, obviously. There's nothing ever compared to it. It's like an all-star main event, which is pretty good. And then they had to finish with Cena looking strong, that he deserves the title shot. Or it's going to be a new t-shirt of John Cena. Hustle, loyalty, respect, lawsuit. So, I mean, it was good, and I don't know. I mean, it also seems like they're kind of teasing Jericho and Orton a little bit for Night of Champions. It kind of seems like they're going that route a little bit now. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that match for sure.
Yeah, if you have Roman Reigns versus Rollins at Night of Champions, well, you got to put Orton with somebody.
Yeah. They announced next week that we're going to rematch between Reigns and Orton on Raw, and Bray Wyatt versus Jericho in a cage match. Did they announce anything on main event? I can't remember.
I heard seen the Miz put something on his Twitter. I'm trying not to follow him, but
I think Ziggler on it. I think.
Yeah. It sounds like that's what you're gonna promote, Miz TV. No one wants to watch that crap.
Yeah. So that's what's going on the network, main event, and coming up on Friday on SmackDown. They announced Paige versus Brie, and I don't think they announced any other matches other than that. I could be wrong on that. Um, but yeah, that's Raw in a nutshell. It was not very good tonight.
Probably
Hopefully,
next week though.
yeah, hopefully they step up their game next week, especially going up against Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Football. That is. So maybe Michael Sam gets involved somehow, or these little matches that they have set for already tear down the roof. So we should see. Um, Go ahead, Dave.
I was gonna say one big problem is they got to compete with 2 football games next week.
Yes. So
Lions game at 7, then you got another one like at 9 or 10. So they're gonna be competing with 2 football games.
yeah, so it should be an interesting Raw next week. I hope everybody can tune in and watch us after Raw next week. We won't be starting so late, hopefully. So that's for sure. We will also be back again on Wednesday night, about 11:30 Eastern, with our TNA Impact review, giving our thoughts and opinions on what happened on Impact that night. And then we'll probably be doing our last few weeks of our Wrestling Talk Sunday episodes until we start our new schedule. And so I hope everybody can join us. Thanks to everybody who watched our Sunday's episode. This past one, we had almost 50 views. That's our most ever Wrestling Talk Sunday views, so we really do appreciate it. That makes us feel real good about that. Anything you'd like to say, Dave, before we head out and wait till Wednesday for our Impact review?
Yeah, subscribe to the channel. I mean, we enjoy the feedback and keep commenting, and yeah, hopefully we'll get this video up a lot quicker. Last Wednesday our video didn't get put up right away, so hopefully we'll be okay this week where we can get it all taken care of. So we suffered on views last week, so we'll see how this.
We had almost 200 views on our last one, so that was good. I actually made the mistake of keeping it private like an idiot, so I didn't notice the mistake until the next morning. Finally got it fixed, so appreciate everybody's patience on watching the video. This one will be up right away, right after it's done. I have a nice little picture set to put in the video, so I hope everybody can watch and comment and subscribe if you can. Any last words, Dave, before we sign out?
No, I mean, it should be good next week. I mean, I'll definitely be watching Raw and back and forth on the football.
Yep. I might. Yeah. Hopefully, it won't be going solo next week since Dave will be his team.
I'll be mostly watching the Raw, and I'm gonna try to watch most of Raw because Raw looks really good next week.
So we'll be here next week, and we'll be back Wednesday night with our Impact review. Hope everybody can join us then. Hope everybody has a great end of their night, and see us on Wednesday night. Have a good one, everybody.